We are here in Kate's hometown where the new royal family is beginning their lives together without help from a nanny or a midwife. But Kate has something even better than that.
After 9 years of loyal service to the most famous family in the world, everything changed in an instant. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo, known across the globe as Prince George's beloved Nanny, was suddenly out of a job. The woman once seen as an unshakable pillar of the royal household, trained at the elite Norland College, and hailed as a second mother to the future king, found herself packing up and walking away from a job that most can only dream of. But what happened next? That's what sent social media into a frenzy. From her stunning departure to what she did in the days that followed, Maria's post-palace transformation shocked everyone. Was she forced out? Did she break a royal protocol? Or did she decide on her own terms that it was time to break free from the shadows of Kensington and Windsor? In this video, we uncover the truth about what led to her abrupt exit and how her next bold move didn't just make headlines, it went viral overnight. The nanny chosen for royalty. Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo is far more than just a nanny. She's a cornerstone in the lives of the youngest royals. Born in Spain, Maria trained at the elite Norland College in Bath, a school renowned for producing nannies who are equal parts child development expert and security-savvy protector. The training is famously rigorous, equipping students with skills like tactical driving, cybersecurity awareness, and emergency medical response, skills critical when you're caring for future monarchs. She entered the royal scene in 2014, when Prince George was still an infant. Chosen personally by Prince William and Princess Catherine, Maria was seen as the perfect guardian to guide their children through the challenges of royal life. Her role expanded as Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis were born, and she quickly became a trusted constant in their upbringing. Over the years, Maria has been seen escorting the royal children at Trooping the Colour, boarding flights for official tours, and quietly managing school pickups. Always in her signature Norland brown uniform and beige hat, she projected calm authority and warmth. Her presence reassured not only the royal parents, but also the public, who grew accustomed to seeing her as part of the family. However, her job came with monumental expectations. Being responsible for royal children meant operating under relentless media attention and abiding by centuries-old traditions. Maria had to balance being firm, yet nurturing, and discreet, yet ever vigilant. In many ways, she was the invisible force holding the children's world together, offering them a semblance of normalcy while living inside a very abnormal goldfish bowl. Her devotion, discipline, and unshakable poise made her a standout figure in the royal household, one who left a lasting mark on the next generation of monarchs. The quiet power of a Norland nanny. Behind palace gates, Maria Teresa Turrion Borrallo wielded a quiet but profound influence in the royal household. Her Norland training didn't just prepare her for the day-to-day logistics of childcare. It instilled a philosophy centered on emotional intelligence, etiquette, and structure. Maria wasn't merely tending to royal children. She was shaping them. She emphasized kindness, boundaries, and gentle discipline, creating an environment where Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis could grow up with emotional stability despite the extraordinary pressures around them. Her commitment to language and manners was meticulous. Reports suggest she avoided using casual words like kid, instead reinforcing each child's sense of dignity and individuality. Maria's responsibilities extended beyond child-minding. She crafted the children's daily routines, helped regulate their screen time, and even guided their interactions during public appearances. Her calm, consistent approach gave the young royals the confidence to handle public life without losing their innocence. However, when the family transitioned from Kensington Palace to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor, the dynamics shifted. The smaller, more private home didn't include quarters for live-in staff, effectively forcing a new boundary in Maria's once immersive role. No longer stepping away from the nursery, her presence inevitably became more part-time. This spatial separation marked a turning point. Maria, who had been a foundational figure in the children's daily lives, began to fade into the background. While still involved, her diminished proximity hinted at deeper changes, perhaps even signaling the beginning of the end of her long-standing tenure. The family's move may have been designed for privacy and simplicity, but it quietly reshaped a relationship that had once been as constant and steady as royalty itself. Or the firing. After nearly 10 years of devoted service, Maria Teresa Turrión Borrallo's abrupt departure from the royal household sent shockwaves through royal circles. The palace issued a carefully worded statement, referring to the move as a transition in staffing. But behind the polished language, it was clear something more complicated had unfolded. Insiders quickly began speculating. Some suggested Maria had begun to overstep invisible boundaries, offering input into parenting decisions that the royal couple preferred to handle themselves. As the children grew older, sources claimed Princess Kate felt increasingly confident in her role as a mother and wanted more direct control over their routines, education, and emotional development. While not a reflection on Maria's abilities, it may have been seen as a natural evolution. Other whispers pointed to internal disagreements over privacy and discretion. There were rumors that Maria had been seen in public during private family trips, and some suggested photos were taken that should never have surfaced. Even if Maria had no hand in these alleged incidents, the royal family's obsession with secrecy and protection may have viewed them as breaches of trust. Perhaps the most telling detail came from sources close to the family, who described the split as mutual but emotional. Maria was said to be devastated. After spending nearly every day with the children since they were babies, her bond with them was deep and sincere. Watching them grow while being excluded from their evolving lives was, reportedly, incredibly painful for her. Regardless of the true reason, one thing was certain: Maria's chapter in the royal story had closed. The woman who once embodied quiet strength and stability behind palace walls was now gone, leaving behind questions, speculation, and a noticeable absence in the lives of 3 young royals who had come to see her as more than just a nanny. She was family. A global reaction. As soon as the news of Maria Teresa Turrión Borrallo's departure from royal service hit the press, the story went global. The headlines were dramatic. Prince George's nanny let go after 9 years, and speculation was immediate. Social media platforms lit up, with hashtags like #HadRoyalNanny and Maria Borrallo trending across Twitter and TikTok. Parenting forums dissected her methods, while royal watchers tried to piece together what might have happened behind closed doors. Former royal staffers, speaking under conditions of anonymity, offered murky insights, claiming tensions had been building for months. Yet what captivated the public more than the dismissal itself was Maria's unexpected reemergence and how she chose to handle the spotlight. Rather than retreating into obscurity, Maria appeared to embrace her freedom. A private Instagram account, previously dormant, suddenly became active. Followers quickly noticed a string of carefully curated posts, tranquil images of flower-filled English gardens, vintage Norland college memorabilia, and titles of books centered around emotional intelligence in children. These cryptic uploads were accompanied by introspective captions, quotes about growth, endings, and quiet strength. Each post only fueled curiosity, but it was one post in particular that truly went viral. The photo was a close-up of a worn Norland teddy bear, placed gently on a stone windowsill with the caption, "Some bonds can't be broken, not even by a palace wall. Within hours, the internet had dubbed it a direct message to the royal family. Speculation ran wild. Was Maria preparing to speak out? Was this a signal of heartbreak? Or perhaps quiet defiance? Whatever her intent, Maria's post tapped into a powerful narrative. The loyal caregiver cast aside. Sympathy poured in from around the world. Thousands commented in support, calling her the real queen of the palace and praising her dignity. In a single moment, Maria went from a silent figure behind the scenes to a public icon of poise, pain, and purpose. Viral moment. In a move no one saw coming, Maria Teresa Torion Borrallo broke her silence with a video that stunned the world. Sitting in a warmly lit room surrounded by children's books, soft toys, and a vase of fresh flowers, she appeared not as the stoic royal nanny, but as a poised and passionate woman with a mission. Her tone was gentle, her words deliberate. She didn't name names, didn't air grievances, and yet her message carried the weight of someone who had lived through something transformative. For the first time, Maria addressed her audience directly. She reflected on the past 9 years with grace, calling her time an honor and a profound journey of growth. She spoke of early morning routines, teaching little ones how to tie shoelaces, and learning to balance discipline with tenderness. Every moment, she said, was a building block in shaping resilient, kind-hearted children. Then came the revelation that stopped viewers in their tracks. Maria announced the launch of her own online parenting platform. It would include courses, webinars, downloadable guides, and even live coaching sessions for mothers, fathers, and aspiring nannies. Her goal was simple but powerful: to bring the Norland philosophy of compassion, consistency, and emotional intelligence into homes around the world. The timing was brilliant. In a world still grappling with work-life balance, emotional burnout, and the complexities of raising children in the digital age, Maria offered something rare: calm, proven wisdom without judgment. Her signature line, "Every child deserves to be raised with love, structure, and freedom to grow, even outside the palace walls," resonated like a rallying cry. The video went viral instantly. Within 24 hours, it had over 1 million shares across platforms. Celebrities, parenting influencers, and educators praised her bravery and brilliance. She was no longer just the nanny behind royal gates. Maria had become a global parenting voice, a symbol of grace under pressure, and proof that even after palace doors close, new chapters can open wide. The RoyalNurture Project. Just 1 week after her quiet departure from royal duties, Maria Teresa Torion Borrallo emerged from the shadows with a bold and transformative mission. No longer defined by her role as Prince George's nanny, Maria stepped into the global spotlight by launching the RoyalNurture Project, a groundbreaking nonprofit initiative designed to reshape parenting and nanny training across the world. Drawing from her years inside the royal household and her elite education at Norland College, Maria created a hybrid model of caregiving that balances tradition with modern developmental science. The RoyalNurture Project offers free parenting webinars, accessible early childhood development resources, and even scholarships for aspiring nannies from underserved communities. In addition, she introduced live Q&A sessions with parenting experts, creating a space for open dialogue and support among caregivers of all backgrounds. This wasn't just a soft career pivot, it was a seismic shift. Media outlets from the BBC to the New York Times scrambled to cover the story, while parenting platforms across the globe hailed Maria as a visionary. Her approach, blending Norland discipline with a nurturing philosophy shaped by royal standards, was praised as revolutionary. Former colleagues and fellow Norland alumni applauded her as a modern pioneer in child development, noting how she'd elevated the standards of care in ways no one had expected. Rather than retreat into private life after her royal exit, Maria transformed a potentially humiliating dismissal into an opportunity to empower and educate. She turned personal upheaval into a public movement, championing not only better childcare practices but also broader access to knowledge and support for families around the world. With the RoyalNurture Project, Maria redefined her legacy, not as a former royal nanny but as a global advocate for conscious, compassionate, and professional caregiving. Did Kate and William approve? As Maria Teresa Turrión-Borrallo's new venture, the RoyalNurture Project, gained global attention, public curiosity shifted to a pressing question. How do Prince William and Princess Kate feel about her sudden rise to fame and influence? Although the royal household has offered no formal statement, palace insiders quietly suggest that the Prince and Princess of Wales harbor no ill will. One senior royal aide reportedly shared, "Maria played a crucial role in the early lives of George, Charlotte, and Louis. There's a deep appreciation for her dedication and loyalty." Another source close to the family noted that the couple is proud of her continued professional evolution and wishes her success in her post-palace endeavors. Importantly, Maria's departure appears to have been amicable, if not quietly strategic. Insiders suggest that the exit was managed in a way that preserved goodwill and legal clarity, allowing her to step into the public sphere without breaching royal protocols or confidentiality agreements. This respectful separation likely granted her the freedom to shape her public-facing work without controversy or legal entanglement. However, the royal family's silence on her new project has sparked speculation. Commentators note that Kensington Palace's restraint may reflect cautious observation rather than disapproval. The Windsors, famously tight-lipped, are known to keep close tabs on anyone with insider access, particularly those who could speak to the private lives of the younger royals. Despite whispers of potential memoirs or revealing interviews, those who know Maria best dismiss the idea outright. A fellow Norland graduate, speaking anonymously, insisted, "Maria is fiercely loyal. She would never exploit the trust of that family, and especially not the children she cared for, like her own." While the palace remains silent, Maria's actions continue to speak volumes. Her measured, respectful approach suggests a deep regard for the royal family, even as she builds a name independent of it. From caregiver to celebrity. As of 2025, Maria Teresa Turrión-Borrallo has undergone a remarkable transformation from discreet royal nanny to an international household name. Her online platform, the RoyalNurture Project, now boasts over 4.8 million subscribers, attracting parents, educators, and childcare professionals from all over the world. What started as a non-profit movement has evolved into a full-fledged media empire, with Maria emerging as a trusted voice in child development and conscious parenting. Her rise hasn't gone unnoticed by mainstream media. Maria has made high-profile appearances on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and BBC's Woman's Hour, each time speaking with calm authority and warmth about her mission to make elite childcare knowledge accessible to all. These appearances have only amplified her influence and introduced her teachings to a global audience eager for authenticity and guidance. Adding to her growing resume, Maria recently released a best-selling book, Royal Roots: Raising Tomorrow's Leaders with Love. The book combines practical advice for parents with personal, touching reflections from her years spent with the royal children, without ever compromising their privacy. Readers praise it for its grounded, compassionate tone and its rare, dignified glimpse into the caregiving philosophy behind palace walls. But the biggest twist in her story may still be ahead. Netflix and Apple TV Plus are reportedly locked in a bidding war over the screen rights to Maria's extraordinary life. Sources in the streaming world hints that a docuseries is already in development, complete with reenactments, exclusive interviews with former palace staff, and, if finalized, an emotional sit-down with Maria herself. If the project moves forward, it could be one of the most anticipated behind-the-scenes looks at royal life in recent memory. From her humble roots in Spain to serving Britain's future monarchs, and now to potential Hollywood stardom, Maria's journey defies every expectation. And judging by the momentum, she's nowhere near the final chapter. The legacy she leaves behind. Maria Teresa Turrión Borrallo may have stepped away from royal service, but the imprint she left behind is both enduring and profound. Prince George, now stepping into a more visible role within the monarchy, exhibits a composure and emotional intelligence that many attribute to Maria's early guidance. Her structured yet nurturing approach played a foundational role in his development, as well as that of Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Observers often note the Wales children's grounded demeanor during public appearances. Their ability to balance regal poise with genuine warmth has become a hallmark of the next generation of royals, and Maria's influence is widely seen as a key factor. Behind palace gates, she fostered a sense of routine, affection, and discipline that offered the children a rare sense of normalcy in an extraordinary world. Beyond the palace, Maria's legacy continues to ripple outward. Norland College, her alma mater, has seen an unprecedented spike in global interest, with administrators directly linking the surge to her visibility and success. Young aspiring nannies now see her as a role model, proof that caregiving, when done with excellence and heart, can change lives and shift public perception. Maria didn't just serve the royal family, she reshaped the narrative around modern childcare. Her legacy is felt in the confidence of a young prince, in the global prestige of Norland, and in the millions of parents and caregivers who now look to her as a quiet revolutionary in a field too often overlooked. Maria Turrión Borrallo's story reminds us all that sometimes a sudden change can lead to an even greater calling. From palace corridors to viral fame, she's reshaped what it means to care, nurture, and lead. What do you think about her journey? Should the royal family have kept her on longer, or was this exactly the right time for her next chapter? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unbelievable royal stories. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay curious, stay bold, and stay tuned.